gotta get it now. See, it's a certain type of way you hold your city down. They say you bout to finally do it, nigga, make us proud. Number one on my agenda, make my family smile. I've been chasing hoop dreams before they hit the scene. Yeah, I was living in LA when I was 17. I had to face it by myself, they couldn't do a thing. I used to pull up in that Volvo, knew my shit was clean. I've been searching all day for a quiet place. Seeing some shit you gotta go through, you just can't replace. My nigga say he had a vision, knew my shit was great. I put no limits on myself to get my people straight. I've been doing overtime, it was all a sign. God was taking me through trials to see the other side. They probably ain't gon' ride, this like a genocide. If you don't ever find your purpose, you already died. But in the grand scheme of things, all we knew was pride. See, plenty nights my niggas could've died. I tell them boys, we gotta get it now. Yeah, we gotta get it now. I tell them boys, it's time to get it now. We gotta get it now. Yeah, we gotta get it now. I tell them boys, it's time to get it now. We gotta get it now. Yeah, we gotta get it now. I tell them boys, it's time to get it now. We gotta get it now. We gotta get it now. I tell them boys, it's time to get it now. Since I came in the game, I made a vow to grow. It's only love when you show them everything you know. I had to realize it's about how many seeds you sow. How you make it in the dough and ain't got shit to show the secret weapon. My niggas always reppin'. I'm understanding tribulations lead to bigger blessings. If all you think about is money, gon' destroy the essence. A couple niggas doing 20 was a value lesson. I want the real estate, right on the bay. They ain't even see the value in how long it take. Yeah, I'ma only lead the way, that's pretty safe to say. If you ain't ready, God, I only give your ass a taste. See, baby, on this side, it ain't no live and die. Either you working towards a goal or just getting by. Yeah, this can really do some damage if it sit inside. See, plenty nights my niggas could've died. I tell them boys, we gotta get it now. Yeah, we gotta get it now. I tell them boys, it's time to get it now. We gotta get it now. Yeah, we gotta get it now. I tell them boys, it's time to get it now. We gotta get it now. Yeah, we gotta get it now. I tell them boys, it's time to get it now. We gotta get it now. We gotta get it now. I tell them boys, it's time to get it now. Real.
Hey, what up, bro? It's G, man. You know, I was calling to let you know, man, how dope you is, man. And talk that music talk with you. But, you know, my spirit was telling me that you needed something that bit more simple, man, that'll stick to your ribs, man. So I was like, damn, I gotta call my bro, man, you know what I'm saying, and pray for him, you feel me? You know, so I just want to pray for you, bro, you know what I'm saying? Pray for extra strength for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I pray, bro, that, you know what I'm saying, like God does, you know, the unthinkable, man, the unimaginable, man, in your life, man, you feel me? You know, I pray, bro, that you just stay faithful to the process, bro, you allow him to work, bro. You know what I'm saying? Allow that man to work, man. I'm saying, trust me, be on your side, bro, you feel me? We used to looking at the time clock, you feel me? We played ball our whole life, you know, so it's hard not to look at the time clock, man. And I know you looking at yours, man. You hoping that God's time matches with your time, you know what I'm saying, to make this thing pop. You feel me? But, bro, you know, don't doubt God, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a purpose in this. You know what I'm saying? It's a purpose.
What up with it? What up with it, man? This is Logo Talk Live, brought to you by the great folks at Alma Mater Design. Thanks for pulling up. I got special guest Philip Dukes coming to hang out with me. We're going to talk some Colorado football. He's also covering Georgia now in Auburn. I don't know if I'm going to talk Auburn, but Georgia is the op, so we're going to talk some Georgia football as well. Hey, my guy Brandon, I appreciate that repost. Y'all get me to one stat before we get it rolling. Y'all know the rules. Y'all know how we vibing and kicking it. This is Logo Talk, brought to you by the great folks at Alma Mater Design right in Gainesville, Florida, across the street from Publix on University. Former Gator owned. Shout out to my guy Brian. His wife's a former swimmer for the University of Florida. You can go to Alma Mater Design and get gear you won't find at Fanatics, Dick's Sporting Goods, or anywhere else. Exclusive gear. They got the NIL gear with DJ Lagway and Jaden Ball and others. Make sure y'all support local business and also Gator-owned businesses, man. This is Logo Talk. We in camp. Camp is sounding great. My man Lagway was back out there throwing today. After we talk with Philip Dukes, we're going to talk some Gator football as well. But y'all smash that retweet. I'm gonna keep my homie T-Row music blowing here a little bit. Let's hang out. We got the ops in a tissy. We might get another diss record soon, bro, if we keep it up, bro. Y'all just keep talking. We gonna keep hanging out. Lagway is in the building. One more practice, back to back. Feeling like Drake. This is my homie T-Row. This is one of his tracks called My Own Lane. Very key, man. Let these lyrics marinate in your spirit a little bit, bro. This is Logo Talk. We do it different over here.
I made this shit a business. They shoulda know how I was coming when they want you finished. Niggas ran with all the game that I ain't mind giving. But that shit you gotta deal with when it's really written. Niggas know I don't care. This ain't no fair. Ain't too much could ever change if I stayed there. They was on a different path, hope they take care. I want $100 billion, been the same prayer. This ain't no trendy appeal. I signed myself to a deal.
Y'all smash that retweet button, man. It don't cost nothing to show love. Hit that heart button too, bro. They made it a heart for a reason. It don't cost nothing to show love. You know, once the season get rolling, y'all gonna see Cash Apps and Venmos and all that scrolling. But right now, the content is free, bro. I ain't asking for $1 a coin. I just want y'all to hit that retweet, get me to 1,000. Before the show over, I'm guaranteed we're gonna be at about 3K. Everybody ain't able to do this, man. Shout out to my man Tez. Everybody can't go live on Twitter and get 3K live just on Twitter. You feel me? And this is not bragging or boasting. This is just the facts, bro. God is great. Spence, what it do, my boy? Smash that retweet. Smash that retweet. Free smoke. Yo, we stacking up, man. Smash that retweet. It don't cost nothing to show love. Let's hang out. This is Logo Talk. Let me get back to the music, but make sure y'all smash that retweet. We want to get this thing to 1K. You heard?
I signed myself to a deal. I saw some niggas going under. I proceeded to build. They let me in the seal. I'm like the king of the hill. I even started jotting down a couple rappers to build for real. I'm trying to make a way so I don't take a day. I've been learning how to cope with shit that niggas say. How you wishing for the gift and don't know what it take. I'm sorry, nigga, for the slight delay. I've been in my own lane. 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 In my own lane. I've been 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 in my own lane. Yeah. Yeah. Goddamn, boy, I'm the man.
My man Philip, I appreciate that retweet, man. I'll see you in a minute, my guy. We got Miami in the building. I ain't mad at it, man. I rock with the Hurricanes. It ain't personal. Y'all just my ops, but it ain't personal. It's all family love, bro. This great state of Florida. We got 3 great programs, traditionally great programs, bro. I hate y'all with a lot of respect. I hope you get it, bro. Everybody don't get the show. Everybody don't get the platform. Some of these grown men are just too emotional to understand, you know, great content, great vibes, and also Florida culture. We got too many snowbirds and people in other places that don't know what's going on and cheering for Miami and Florida State and these other places, so they hate me because they don't get the culture. But shout out to the Miami fans that do get the culture, man. Y'all smash that retweet button. We hanging out. This is Flow Factory. This is Logo Talk Live. My man Philip Deuce is coming to hang out. Whole lot of culture on the show. We got to start collaborating, brothers. We got to start collaborating. Only way to elevate is to collaborate, bro. No competitiveness. You know, we got these big monster machines, these corporations around college football and content and media. We got to collaborate to elevate, bro. And that's what this is all about. My man Philip in the building. I ain't gonna waste too much more of y'all time. We'll get it rolling here in a minute, but y'all smash that retweet.
These niggas always knew I can. See what I'm saying? That I've been in the condo, cooking the plan, chopping up this dope shit. You should be praying, cause I'm really coming right for you niggas, and I ain't missing this time. What I'ma do to the game should be considered a crime. I celebrate with my niggas, see this the image I had. Yeah, they pay me to be here, so I don't care about the tab. I send them all 10 shots for the night. She pray that she can make it up for a flight. I told Pop, boy, I hope that she don't pass out. I seen Dino in the cut, this was planned out. I've been in my own lane. 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 Yeah. I've been in my own lane. I've been in my own lane. I've been in my own lane. I've been in my own lane.
I'm working on dying.
Yeah. Feel me? They say I'm bringing the real back, and it feel like it. Since I came in the game, yeah, it's been nothing like it. I swear to tell the truth and never speak a lie, cause in my hood, them niggas never make it out alive. I run with niggas, society label menace, but the loyalty they show me is something I call authentic. They told me expose the opposition, get them. They speak behind your back, so I don't even really hear them. Got the doubters considering I'm the one for it all. Knew I was fit for the struggle, well, since the moment it called. I keep it true with the people and hold it down for the cause, but I've been waiting for praise, but never got that applause. So I'ma make them pay attention for the sake of peace. And to all the weak rappers, may you rest in peace. They label me as an alien in my city streets, cause I don't follow the crowd, I'm what my city needs. They wasn't seeing the logic on how the people could profit. Dropped another tape on them and now they saying I got it. I put my hand on the Bible. Hand on the Bible and told the Lord I'ma trust him. Keep me away from that hating, cause we ain't run.
Y'all smash that retweet. Let's get us to 1K. This is Logo Talk, brought to you by the great folks at Alma Mater Design. I got my man Philip Dukes in the chamber. We about to get this thing rolling. We're gonna talk some Colorado football, some UGA. My guys covering UGA as well this year, which is dope. And UGA is the op, so we're gonna talk a little bit of that. And we're also gonna just talk the culture of just content and what's going on in the industry and whatnot, man. We appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. Smash that retweet button. We almost at 500 live just on X. It's all love. This is my homie T-Ro on the music. Let's hang out.
Cause we ain't running from nothing. I'm on a mission so the family live a better life. I say a prayer for my nigga doing triple life. Them tribulations I battle might keep me up tonight, but mama praying for a baby as I board this flight. Yeah, they say my last one was a classic. They know that, yeah. Man, my verse is full of passion. I'm in my own lane, don't see the traffic. I showed that, yeah. Boy, my shit been causing havoc. Convinced the man in the mirror that I could never be broken. I got the shine of a diamond, receive the blessings approaching. So when it come to that paper, I know the price of it all. But they playing it cool, oh yeah, they rather you fall. I call it out cause they be selling dreams. I pay attention to the story and the shit between. I'm so invasive, I hustle, get it by any means. So undeniable, gifted, addictive like a fiend. I came to tear these niggas up and I ain't holding back. She say my records give her hope and I'm in love with that. Cause all the riches and rollies is all they talk about. They say if I don't do the same, boy, it's a longer route. How could they ever doubt? What's up? Yeah. What's up? One of the best at this shit. Don't you ever forget it. What's up? Still GCG. Just pipe down a little bit. Just pipe down. Recognize what's going on here. Yeah. Pipe down.
It's just different.
Flow terrific, acting so prolific. Motivation bars, I keep my niggas lifted. I met some roadblocks, was focused on precision. We had to switch our train of thoughts to make it through conditions. Swimming with them sharks, they think it's dinner time. Either you stand up like a man or you the first in line. I saw my destiny arise, I visualized the times. But God ain't never made mistakes, so I just follow signs. See, they been doubting since legit, I'm like, it's no way. Baby coming through, I got that juice, I'm like, it's OJ. She wanna stay for weeks, I tell her, baby girl, it's no way. Niggas talk the flights, in reality it's Mayday. But I can taste that blood in my mouth again. Who the fuck they challenging? It's a shame I gotta show these niggas who the king again. Gifted with ability, so who the fuck they questioning? I was raised with niggas that'll spin you over hustling. We done be some silly odds, be careful how you play your cards. I know it's been a minute since you seen a nigga spit this hard. Grew up with some killers that'll pull it out the boulevard. I know it's the grace of God to shield me like a bodyguard. Damn, dangerous days in the city limits. You know they brought us niggas up that never show no feelings. The people feeling in their soul when your shit disappears. It's getting beneficial when you know your shit the illest. What's up?
I was a menace from an adolescent. Always kept a weapon and highly respected. But nowadays I'm surfing them like a tidal wave. Bitches often praise a nigga cause I got plenty cake. Don't be approaching me nigga cause it don't look right. Youngin was talking shit, my hitters took flight. I was cooking that good white, serving to all the fiends in the residential. Invested in some time, I bought a presidential. Speed racing the E-way with a bad baddie. Hit her from the back, she be calling me Pat Daddy. Nasty bitch, she sucking and fucking but act classy. Yeah, them crackers watching but don't harass me nigga, I ain't your average. My daddy got knocked from selling them kilos. Grew up off of violence, that's all that we know. Now we stacking them C-notes. If you ain't talking money, that's irrelevant. About to go and cop a Ferrari for the hell of it. These blood diamonds whack your mama think you're taking this. We got mob ties, pull out your handkerchief, nigga. I'm in the spanking shit. Daddy banana clips, yeah, we facing shit. And all these loose lips, they sinking ships. But on another note, I got another hoe just for my other hoe. Bad bitches wanna come tipping toe all on my marble flow. And they know that I'm a dog for show. Cause once I hit it, I ain't kidding, girl, it's time to go. Bomb my nose.
We almost at 700 live, man. I appreciate everybody for pulling up the Logo Talk Live. Y'all smash that retweet button. I don't think y'all hear me right now. Hold on, I don't think y'all can hear me over the music, man. Y'all smash that retweet button. Welcome to Logo Talk Live. We almost at 700. I appreciate everybody that pulled up and hanging out with me and everybody that's smashing that retweet button, man. Love, love, love. I got my man Philip Dukes in the chambers. I'm going to play one more track, man. Vibe with y'all. I ain't going to leave the screen. I'm going to vibe with y'all a little bit, and then we're going to get it rolling. After my man Philip get off of here, I'm gonna talk some Florida Gator camp and what we got cooking. This is Till the Day That I'm Gone from my homie T-Row. Vibe out with me. These bars ain't for everybody, man. It's for the go-getters, man. Everybody out there is trying to thrive. This may not be your type of music, but we'll play some Sexy Red next show for y'all boys, man. Y'all just vibe out to these real bars right now, though.
say they annihilate the greats. Just a little vision is what it takes. I've been ducking fakes. Prices climbing, they know I'm worth the rate. I'm pushing plates. No wonder my league is heavyweights. We gon' be on. Word is born. This ain't no sing-along. I'm coming strong. 97 is what I'm rolling on. I set the tone. If you tripping to get you drag along, I said it calm.
Smash that retweet button, man. Don't cost nothing to show love. We almost at 1K. We almost at 700. We ain't even close to 1K. Y'all help me out, bruh. Smash that retweet button.
So you niggas ain't gotta be alone. Permission gotta be granted, oh, when this shit is given to each his own. But I ain't working for him for commission. See, you gon' always feel a difference when you stay persistent. Only a couple niggas in this really be consistent. I've been told I'm the one that could get it. They set the crown on my head and I think that is fitting. She said the sound of my voice give us spiritual healing. I'm elevating every time I might jump through the ceiling. I've been yelling. I'm losing my balance so I could get the leverage. It's been a minute since I had an alcoholic beverage. I figured out I'd be okay if they just get the message. Hoping that y'all get my vision, got me really stressing. Yeah, I'ma ride on the lift and tell them niggas in deny you the moment is near. I see exactly through you niggas, I'm looking at shit. But all I shoulda, coulda, woulda, it sounded like fear, I'm out of ear. Yeah, see they drowning in pity. When I recognize my gift, I move city to city. They ask me how many I got and I say it's like 50. See, I've been working like a slave so these niggas can feel me, y'all don't hear me. Yeah, to the day that I'm gone. To the day that I'm gone. I'ma be working like a slave to the day that I'm gone. You got to cut them niggas off that be leading you wrong. Yeah, to the day that I'm gone. To the day that I'm gone. I'ma be working like a slave to the day that I'm gone. You got to cut them niggas off that be leading you wrong. Yeah, I promise my people a coup. The infrastructure that I'm building gon' cut off the roof. I'm peeping that these other niggas ain't living they truth. It ain't no secret what I do when I'm off in the booth. You see the proof. Yeah, I'ma say what I mean. They say the money and the fame always come in between. See, it's gonna be a special moment with God intervene. It's like the lows come along with chasing the dream. You know the scheme. Yeah, got the soul of a titan. I'm the newest superstar, perform like I'm Zion. Yeah, we gon' really see the flaws when pressure applying. They would've thought we had a ladder, how niggas is climbing, so we shining. Yeah, till the day that I'm gone.
Let's get this thing rolling, man. This is Logo Talk brought to you by the great folks at Alma Mater Design. I've said it 1,000 times. I know y'all tired of hearing it, but ain't no ads, man, so y'all can't get too mad, right? We almost at 800 live. I appreciate y'all for pulling up one more time to hang out with me. I'm gonna get it rolling, man. You ready, Philip? Let's kick it. Let's kick it. Let's kick it. Let's kick it. What's up, my guy? Philip Deuce, the scoop.
Yeah, man. What's going on?
Man, just been vibing, man. Big fan of your work, man, for a while. You got on my radar when you was at On3 Sports. Followed your work, you know, while you was covering Colorado. After that split, continue to follow you and the work you was doing around Prime. Just a fan of your work, want to get you on. We got to collaborate, bro. That's the only way us independent guys are going to be able to elevate, you know, cross-pollinate fan bases and whatnot, man. What's up with it, though?
Nah, man, first of all, I appreciate you having me. Second of all, man, I appreciate you just even saying how you caught on to me. And then vice versa, when I saw you, when I saw some of your lives, I was like, okay, bro, like we on the same type vibe, you feel me? So
yeah.
By the time we finally linked, I could see there was just gonna be a natural synergy. So, man, I appreciate you having me, and I appreciate you opening up your forum to me, my brother.
Already, man. Already. What's it been like since you left On3, man? Like the independent. I know you started off somewhat independent as well. You didn't get in this game, you know, with a lot of like batteries behind your back. But what's that independent game been like since you've, you know, exited On3?
Man, it's lovely, man. What I can say is just being able to get back to the essence of it, like. Before I started getting like these big jobs, I was a hustler. Like it didn't matter growing up. Like I tell this story on my live sometime. Like the first sale of anything I ever made, I was 5 selling my school pictures, and I sold them to my aunt for some food stamps. Like not always. That's a true story. My aunt got on the live. She was like, "Yeah, he ain't lying." Like so, I always had multiple hustles. So this was really a hustle for me. So for me to get to where I got, no journalism degree. To be the first Black national analyst at On3, it was like, bro, like, what are you doing? So it went up fast and it came down fast. But the thing about it is, I remember Nelly back in the day. He used to say he never wanted to be on top of the beat. He never wanted to be under the beat when he wrote it. He wanted to be inside the beat. And I think that's how I am when it comes to business and industry, man. I don't never want to get too high. I don't never want to get too low. I want to stay grounded in who I am and what I do. Therefore, outside circumstances can't affect who I am or what I do. So, man, to be able to grow my channel, I think we had about I started in January. We 7 months in, going on month 8, we had 12,000 subscribers. I couldn't be happier. We, doing about 150,000 views a month. I mean, it ain't. I'm not ESPN, but shoot,
Right.
man, I know a lot of people who would love to trade places with me in this short period of time. So, man, I'm just grateful, man, blessed, and shoot, the independent. It's a grind though, and you eat what you kill. So if you don't feel like working, you're not gonna reap no benefit. So I think
That's
it's
facts.
really for any other content creators like us or guys who see us like, all right, how can I get to where Corey? How can I get to where Dukes is? Like basically, man, you just got to grind. You got to grind like it ain't no tomorrow, because if you don't, it ain't no tomorrow. So
That's
you just
facts.
got to understand the hustle that comes along with it.
And authenticity matters too, right? Being
Sure.
just another guy in the algorithm, you're not gonna stand out. Like you gotta be true to yourself and not try to fit into any boxes, because the boxes are already filled in this industry. So just
Right.
trying to fit into those boxes, you're not gonna stand out. So that's another thing. I peep authenticity with you. And me as well. Like I do my own thing my own way. It ain't for everybody, but the people that rock with it.
I'm telling you.
You
And
feel
them the
me?
people that you want, dog. You want people where you could get on here, and of course you want your brand to grow, but your core followers are the ones who like you for you. And then you
Right.
could get on here. You don't have to talk ball. You could be talking basketball. You could be talking soccer. You could talk what happened last night at the grocery store. But people believe and they buy into you. And I think personal branding is so important in today's game, because the landscape has changed about a minute.
That's facts. That's facts. Yeah, after your split with On3, I seen Prime come out and speak, in your behalf in a very positive way. He's a positive dude regardless. But how did you foster that relationship with Prime? How do you guys get close?
Man, you know what? Prime, Coach Prime, he literally saw a piece that I did on him at On3 for On3. And I think when I first got there, there was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of negativity coming out about Coach Prime, and some of the stuff that I just knew from people who had been around him and people that I talked to, and people who were actually in the program that I knew wasn't true. So, man, I played it up. I was like, man, I don't know if people I just played it up like I was like literally going off shoot, but I didn't get it approved by nobody. I just started talking about something and I tried it, and I just said, why they hating? And it
Mhm.
was less about Coach Prime in Colorado and more about Deion Sanders, who was the icon in Atlanta that we grew up. He was the reason that we were wearing Deion Sanders. Like, you had to have some diamond turfs. He was the reason that kids was wearing bandanas on their head and high stepping down the sideline. Me included. Like, the first time I ever took the helmet off and saw steam coming off my helmet, and the kid, you remember that first time you get to see that? Shoot,
Yeah.
we couldn't see it because we had bandanas on, because we wanted that before we wanted to put a helmet on. So for somebody like it was more of a cultural thing, and it's funny. It made its way to his desk, and he called me that night. Man, he sent me a
Mhm.
DM, sent me his number. We chopped it up. Then he ended up calling me back and was like, "Hey man," he told me everything what he felt about the video. He said, "Anytime you get ready to come out here, man, pull up." I did, and then we ended up having some mutual friends, acquaintances, some guys that my first job in sports was given to me by one of his closest friends, and so by the time we put two and two together, he was like, "Man, dude, you talking about the On3 guy?" Like, nah, but no, that's P Dukes from College Park, Georgia. Hold on, what you talking about?
Yeah.
By the time we just were able to mix references, it just became a really solid relationship, man. And shout out to Coach Prime, because man, a lot of people see the Coach Prime that's on screen. A lot of people see the one that's that looks larger than life. But man, he really at his core, he just wants to be one of the guys, and I think that's important, and I think it's authentic, and I appreciate the relationship.
Yeah, I've said it. Most of my followers know this, man. My favorite athlete all the time is Deion. Even though he was a Florida State guy, I was as a kid, I was a 49er fan and just a defensive back. So like it's hard, like you said, it doesn't matter who you cheer for, bro. You're gonna be a fan of Deion in that era. So I'm a big Prime fan, man. How's he doing? I know you covered and interviewed his doctor with everything he got going on now. Like, how you feel about Prime and where Colorado's at right now?
Nah, he back, man. The energy is through the roof. I think now you'll start to see. I think he has a chip on the shoulder for people who felt like he couldn't do it, and sometimes people have to create a chip. Things could be going great, and so I think that Coach Prime, he's coming off a beating cancer, and then he got a lot of stuff going good, and he still wants a chip on his shoulder. He wants these guys to take that chip, and I think by being able to motivate his team and say, you know what, I could have sat out, I could have done something different, and he didn't. I think it's only going to make them stronger. And in a Big 12 that I don't think the Big 12 has a juggernaut. I don't think the Big 12 has a team where you look at their roster and you say, man, I don't know, that's an automatic L. So with that being the case, I think Colorado has as good a chance as any as being one of the top teams. And I think it's going to be a two. I think the Big 12 champion is going to be a 2 or 3 loss team.
Do you think him being away from the team, how much away was he from the team this off season? And do you think that can affect them going into like the fall? Because I know he's a very passionate guy. He leads the team with a lot of energy. Did that affect them at all this off season?
No, I don't think so. I think you had a lot of guys. If it did anything, it allowed player-led practices to be that much more important. When you're talking about the guys, peer accountability is an underrated element of college football. But I think the peer accountability, it allowed to foster not even knowing, because the player-led practices, knowing that Prime is nowhere near. Nobody can even go tell him what's going on face-to-face. So I think that him being involved with the program at a distance allowed for people to kind of grow into their roles without having to have Big Brother or the eye in the sky on you. So I think it actually probably did some good. And I think now his return, it just kind of turned it up another notch. I mean, he literally waited till the day before they started practice to announce what was going on, kept it under wraps all summer, used it as a motivational tool. And now that those morning speeches mean a little bit more. Seeing Coach Prime walk to your side of the field means a little bit more, because you know what he had to go through to get there. So I think about using it as a motivational tool and taking something bad and using it for good is only going to help Colorado, because he was going to answer your original question. He was gone for the majority of the summer. Like I think the whole summer and a little bit of the end of spring. So I think for being away from the program that long, for people to step up, the staff that he hired, having all the end up, like when you have a veteran administrative crew, the front office is good, and you also have NFL guys who know how to operate together without being in a silo. I think it helped tremendously, and I think it kind of softened the blow of Coach Prime having to go take care of his medical.
Yeah. What's the identity of this team, man? You had Travis Hunter, shout out to the 561 boy. He from the crib, man. I always got to rep that every time. And Shedeur, they were college icons, bro, definitely of this era. And so, what does the identity of this team look like with those two guys going pro?
Team. That's the identity. Team. It goes from 3 to 53 or whatever the number is. It goes from there were 3 guys you had to look for every time. That was Shedeur, Travis on offense, and Travis on defense. We'll call that 3 people that you knew you had to look for. Now, there are so many guys who are going to be contributing. So let's say it goes from 3 to 22. You don't know who is the guy. You don't have a scouting report on anybody on offense, really. You haven't seen anybody, but Jordan Seaton is your scouting report, basically. Outside of that, you don't know who's capable of what. And these guys, so I think the element of surprise is going to be one thing that's going to work out for them. And 2, I think by being able to build team organically through prior relationships. There are about 4 or 5 guys on this team who played together at Tennessee. You got a couple of guys on this team that played together in high school. I think familiarity is going to help this team in ways that it probably doesn't show to the surface fan, but when you dig down into that roster, you say, oh, he knows this guy. And you start to trace why certain people from the transfer portal, how they got there. Oh, this guy recruited me when I was here. He's been knowing me since I was 14. Oh, this guy worked with me when I was at Under Armour camp. Oh, he gave me some great tools. I like how he coaches. So I think it goes a little deeper than the surface, than the average I'll see, but I think they'll be fine.
How you feel for them? Like, how you feel about the game 1? They got Georgia Tech.
Man, slobber knocker. I think a better answer I took you I took you on the interstate way. If you just want to go straight, if you just want to go straight to it, better answer is going to be they're going to be a running team. I think you heard Coach Prime said the focus is going to be on the run, allowing that offensive line to pin their ears back and go get it the same way the defensive line did last year when they had all those sacks. I think this year the focus on have the offensive line being more aggressive, get less pass setting, and going in the run blocking. Man-on-man scheme, zone scheme, it don't matter. I think these guys want to get aggressive, and these guys want to get to the second level. So I think with Colorado having that focus on wanting to run, Georgia Tech, who we know has probably one of the best running backs in the ACC, and Jamal Haynes, they have a veteran quarterback who also has some wheels in Haynes King. You got a guy who can really sling it right behind him. I think they present a tough challenge for Colorado. So I think it's a one-score game, probably a field goal. Right now, I go with Colorado because they're the road team, and I would probably switch it if that's how close I think the game is. I think home field advantage is going to probably impact the game more so than it would in any other game because I think these teams are evenly matched.
Yeah, I was a little just watching it from afar, watching Prime, because I know there's a lot of smoke. A lot of people thought that he'd probably be out of there after Shedeur was gone, and then I seen him being away from the team and having some health stuff. I was, thinking as I started seeing him having the pressure on that Monday, I'm like, man, is Prime about to call it quits? Like, how long do you think Prime is invested in Colorado?
As long as he can be. Like, you're gonna have to pull him away from that. He loves it. Last time, not last time. I would say I went during the contract negotiations. I got to spend some time with him out there in Colorado, and just to hear him the way he talked about it, and he's explaining to me. Now, this is stuff that I couldn't share at the time, but he's explaining to me, why would I leave? Like, why? Like, why would I want to leave here? I've done everything. There's nothing else for me to do. I really have something that I could build out. I can make this my own. I can make this better for other people. I could build this up to leave it better than what I found it. And I thought he was very serious about that. And it wasn't contract talk. It was like he loves it. Like and the thing about Coach Prime is we think about pumps in the bump, and we think about it must be the money. But man, what were you doing in your mid-20s? You know what I mean? I know the person that I am today, even though there may be some remnants of who I was when I was 25, 26, when I was rolling. I ain't that same person. Like Friday night, I'm not looking to go find my freshest fit and go hang out in downtown Atlanta, go hang out on Old National. And you had to pull me out the house. So for somebody who's done it all, in Atlanta we call him a done, like the Shawty Low song, like a done it all. If you a done, Coach Prime a done, he done it all. Yeah. So from that perspective, he wants the piece of Colorado. He loves the mountains. He loves the scenery. And he's got, if you look at how he lives in Texas, it's nothing but scenery and fishing. That's what he does. Yeah. The same thing in Colorado, it's scenery and fishing. So I think he enjoys it, and he's got a space where he can be himself, and they've welcomed him with open arms. And shoot, I think he'll be there. I think he's there for at least the duration of that contract.
How do you think Shedeur, you think the way he was treated in the draft process, or the way things played out, I'm not going to say treated, the way things played out in the draft process, were you surprised by it, and what's your feeling on that?
Man, I would say I was surprised, but I wasn't surprised. Reason being, like, when you think about certain things as far as how America is, people don't like front runners. People don't like people who they feel are perceived to be that, or silver spoons, or arrogance, or perceived confidence. All of these things were working against him, when it could be the furthest thing from the truth when you actually meet the kid. And I think for somebody, I mean, some of the just think about this. Last year, Colorado, how many horrible culture pieces that came out? How many times did you hear about guns in the locker room, and they got weed everywhere, and Shedeur's bullying people? And then this year you hear none of it. So I thought a little bit of that bled over into this process, because if you give anybody an inch, they'll take a mile. It could have been the simplest thing that just went to the furthest degree. So yeah, I do think it was some unfairness in there. And I do think that we've never seen a draft fall like that. We've seen people fall into the second round. We've seen people fall into the third round. That almost felt like a hit, just to be honest. And that's just my opinion on it. That's what it felt like. And as you see the NFL comes out, these guys talk like there's literally collusion paperwork out right now that nobody can see. So I think there was a level of ball being played above our heads, in my opinion. But do I think that he will rebound? Yes. Do I think that he was a 5th round pick talent wise? No. Can I say he was a top 2 pick? I can't say if he was a top 2 pick. But I do know he damn sure wasn't no 5th round pick. So that's where it was kind of like some outside factors going in. And when you look at Shadour's fans even right now, like some teams may view that as a distraction. When you look at Coach Prime, how he dominated the headlines all offseason, some teams view that as a distraction. Whether it's fair or not, that's how they viewed it. So now they've given him the lemons, and it's up to Shedeur to make lemonade.
That's facts. What are some false narratives that would I know you're closer to that family than the average media person, friend, or whatever it may be, but what were some false narratives that you heard via the NFL draft coverage and whatnot?
That Deion was looking to be the coach of whatever team Shedeur went to. That Coach Prime was planning on using Shedeur as leverage to be a head coach. First and foremost, that was probably the craziest one I heard. Secondly, I would say Shedeur doesn't retain information well. Just like that, just fundamentally, like even some people, there were some jokes going around like Shedeur couldn't read cover 2. Like, bro, like come on now, like we're talking about this like cover 2, like the same cover 2 that my 11-year-old breaks down. You telling me Shedeur Sanders can't do it, right? This guy's the most accurate passer, and just think about this: how could you be that most accurate passer just for the sake of this? Even if you dinking and dunking in the flats, cover 2 would beat the hell out of you.
Yeah,
like Tampa 2. Like for sure. So at the end of the day, like that's just crazy to me. Another thing is like he doesn't get along with teammates, and Shedeur cooler than a fan. Like he's super cool. Like he ain't bothering nobody. He may not be the guy who's gonna come over and hug every last person to sing kumbaya, but he ain't. He's damn so not the person who's running up to people and saying you're not fit to talk to me. And Shedeur cool as hell. So those are just a few of the narratives that I thought were just put on him unfairly. And that you're starting to see now, like even as he in Cleveland. But I'm not gonna say I'm glad it happened, but there is some silver lining on that cloud because people get a different. They're expecting one thing and getting something totally different, and I think that's just only making his lore grow in Cleveland.
Yeah, if it hit, it's gonna go crazy because of like everything you're saying, like his personality. It turned into real life Willie Beeman, bro. Like if it hits, he's a brand himself. It could get real big in Cleveland. How's he doing out there? I see he got the start for this preseason game coming up, man.
Yeah, I think he's been doing well, man. This will probably be his first time playing with the majority of the first team so far, unless he gets some more reps this week. He's been. I don't think he's thrown. Maybe thrown one interception in camp. I don't think he's thrown an interception in fall camp. If he has, it's one. I've had one the first day, didn't have the best day, and after that, every opportunity that he's had, he's dominated. And that's what Coach Brown told him. Coach Brown texts me. He literally will text me. He said, "When you get the opportunity to dominate the room you in, dude. That might be it. Dominate, dudes." And I know what he means. So I think that every opportunity given is an opportunity to dominate. And I think that's what Shedeur, his mentality is. Every time that he's been put in front of a microphone, they've been giving him he's been given opportunities to crash out, to say something that, the average person would probably say, yeah, you're right, that is some bullshit. And he didn't, And so shout out to him for owning the moment. So I think so far he's done a really good job. He's been accurate, answered some of the questions about arm strength, and I think he has a successful start in the preseason game this week.
You think he got a shot at being the starter for the Browns this fall?
Eventually, I wouldn't even want him to start game one. Like I think it's something to be said for quarterbacks to be developed, and I know what people what they want because there's a fan factor in it. But when you're worried about the development of a quarterback, I mean, bro, like it's okay, like to wait until the team gets more options or like on the perimeter. Like you got Jerry Jeudy right now, who's pretty good, but I mean, they're imagine his situation looking like what the Bears put together for Caleb Williams, like, and he's not in that type of environment. Jordan Love, like right now, some people are in love with him, some people are like, but at the end of the day, you cannot deny that the play level raised when Jordan Love was able to sit in that pocket for a while and then become the starter. I like the same Pat Mahomes, greatest quarterback in the NFL. He waited. Tom Brady waited his time. So there's something to be said about learning. So I'm not one of the guys who says, all right, Shedeur needs to start game one. And if he doesn't, they mistreat him. Now I feel like Shedeur does need him. I think by game one he moves up the depth chart, but I'm not disappointed if he don't start game one.
Right. Yeah, he's already, ahead of, I think, his maturation already. I didn't have him starting the first preseason game. Why do you think they have him starting? Is it?
I think it's bodies. Pickett and Gabriel are nursing hamstring injuries.
Okay.
So and then you got Flacco, who's I think Flacco about my age. So
no doubt.
Yeah, for sure. So at this point, it's like, what else do you do? So now you get a really up close look at Shedeur. And that's what the NFL is. You get times. You like we see some, but we don't see everything. So if I want to go conspiracy theory, I'm like, okay, we know Shedeur starting on Friday. We give him a break today because he's gonna start Friday. This decision could have been made. We don't know.
Yeah.
Like all we know is what they like nobody is truly behind the veil. All we do is quote unquote rely on sources. And everybody's got sources. So at the end of the day, just depending on what source you want to believe. Like sources are like a religion. We don't know what's on the other side of death, but it's just based on what you believe in, straight up. So that's the same thing with sources. So when you take your sources from so many different places, you don't know what's real and what's not. But what we do know is that Shedeur will be starting the preseason game. But I'm from the school that believes that based on the numbers, that's how he earned the start. But he has shown enough to where it's like, you know what? Hand him the ball, and we don't need to bring somebody else in to get more snaps than him.
And this is your first year covering Georgia?
Nah, man, you know what? So this is what a lot of people don't know. When I worked at 24/7 for Auburn, I was also a contributor to the Georgia site behind the scenes.
Okay.
So I worked at multiple sites or helped out at multiple sites from 24/7. So my relationships with Georgia are probably just as strong as my relationships with Colorado. Man, I got a great relationship with Coach Smart. I don't know if you saw it, but last year gave me a great sit-down interview. At the time, I was the first person that interviewed him that cycle at On3, and it was kind of crazy. They was like, "Dude, you getting Kirby Smart?" I'm like, yeah. It was like, yeah, right. Like, nah, bro. Like, I need to send me a cameraman like tomorrow. Like, it's not like the interviews I got. It's not like On3 was like, "Hey, yeah, we're getting this set up for you." Like, nah, it's like, bro, I had to hustle. Like, but nah, shout out to Kirby, man. Coach Smart, man. Coach Smart, so cool, so down to earth. We in there talking about American Deli. Like, that's a spot up here. He giving me his chicken wing or in his dream concert. Like Kirby is a master recruiter. He knows where I'm from. It's a hotbed of talent. Yeah, Dukes, what you want?
Relationships, huh?
Yeah, pull up. Yeah, so with George and then my god brother's director of player development, Jonas Jennings. He played in the league for a while, but he almost you know how folks in the hood be like, man, I raised that YN. Like he one of the ones that can say that about me. You know what I mean? So
right.
Shout out to Big Jonas. So I've been around that program almost my whole life. And shoot, man, I just ended up going to Auburn. But yeah, man, definitely a program I'm very, very familiar with and got a lot of relationships there.
Now, this Georgia team is one of Kirby's youngest teams since he's been there. Also, new quarterback at the helm. Carson Beck goes down to Miami. Gunnar Stockton steps in. How do you feel about this overall? The talent is up there. He always recruits well, but how do you feel about this overall team compared to the other Georgia teams in the past?
It's all about the offensive line and the defensive line. I think you can get it done as long as the trenches. Like, this is probably, when you look at the talent that Georgia has put out in the trenches over their championship years and the years where they've been top 2, top 3 for the entirety of the year, you've seen dominant trench play. Last year, we saw some games where they were exposed in some positions. So I think those positions, when Georgia's good, you can't run on them and you can't stop them from running. And I think that's what's going to, if this line can develop at a faster pace than they have previously and answer some of the questions about depth they may have had, I think then you'll see Georgia become that same dominant team. So I think that the engine for Georgia has always been the trenches, and I think if a team can play with them and rotate 8, 9 on the defensive line, tire out that offensive line, do the same thing that Georgia has been doing to other teams for years, where it's like, oh man, no Jordan Davis. Okay, cool. There's Nolan Smith. No Nolan Smith. Jalen Carter. Like no Jalen Carter. Trayvon Walker. Like literally waves of guys. And it just wore you down, and you're going against first round picks every rep. I think for teams that have those type of defensive lines where you have competent play that goes 8 deep, those are going to be the teams that give Georgia problems if they don't show up that offensive line. So, nobody comes in like every now and then you get 5 stars and they're that guy from day one. But we didn't know who Jalen Carter was until Jalen Carter became Jalen Carter. So I think this is one of those years that Georgia is looking for somebody to make their name. So I think a lot of teams see this as being, when talking to other teams, some teams feel like this is the time to take advantage of Georgia. So we'll see how that plays out.
Right. Who's that? Like, they usually have a freak tight end or like somebody that's just super special on offense. Do they have a player like that this year? Last year, it seemed to like they dropped off from that type of player, in my opinion.
Yeah, Zach Branch from USC.
Okay.
He's been really good so far in camp. As advertised, a guy that you want to get in space. We always talk about like speed and being able the ability to just throw the bubble. Like and everybody talks about Georgia just throwing a bubble screen. All they want to do is bubbles and tunnel screens, and that's it. And they kind of harp on Mike Bobo for that. Well, this is a guy that you got to throw that to. You got to get him touches, and you just need to get him in space because of how good of a playmaker he is. I think as far as tight end goes, you got some young guys. You got some veteran guys, but I think the young guys are going to be special. Ethan Barbour, Elias Williams out of Savannah. These guys were super highly ranked. Williams more highly ranked than Barbour, but I think both of those guys will play a lot as true freshmen. But I think really Branch is going to be is really going to be the key to that offense as far as on the perimeter.
What you think held the offense back last year from hitting that, like for them peaking?
Yeah, I just think wide receiver play. I think
drops.
Yeah, a lot of drops, not being able to separate, not really having that, being able to take the top off the defense. I think having that, and you had speed. Arian Smith, I think he goes in the mid rounds of the draft last year, world class sprinter, but for whatever reason, it didn't translate. You weren't taking those shots. I think having the ability to take those shots downfield and really stretch the defense and take that eighth defender out of the box is going to be important. So I think if I had anything that I would have critiqued Georgia about is about taking taking deep shots down the field.
All right, man. I don't want to hold you too long, man. I got a few other things that I want to chat with you about before we get out of here, man. But what's your overall take on? I'm a Gator guy, so what's your overall take on DJ Lagway?
The man, like it don't get no better. Like I think he's ain't no Napier without Lagway. I think if DJ Lagway don't play last year, Napier is somewhere else this year. I think he's galvanized that program. I talked to multiple kids who signed down there. We talking about guys from kind of my area, guys that I got personal relationships with. Tavares Dice, offensive lineman. When I talked to him, hey, why you flip from Auburn to Florida? Won't play with Lagway. Lagonza Hayward flips from we call him Shady. Hayward flips from Tennessee to Florida. Man, I don't play with Lagway. Like they watch Lagway. He's important not only to that current roster, but he's also important to recruiting. And right now, you just want to keep him healthy, keep him in really favorable situations. But now I think he has an opportunity to win the Heisman Trophy.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate. I gotta chop that up. That's love right there, man.
No, for sure. Like Lagway to win. And shout out to my boy Jaden Ball, man. Straight out of Columbia High School, man. Atlanta kid for sure.
Now Jaden Ball is gonna be if you don't know that name. Now you definitely gonna know it this fall, bro.
Hey, make sure you clip this up and he can see it too, because I want him to know. Let folks know that he's probably just as good as a basketball player as he is a football player.
He like that?
What? Well, you better ask about JB for sure.
You gotta have hops, bro, because he one of the strongest players on the team, squatting and whatnot.
Oh no, boy, windmill for sure.
Yeah. Man, we got to collaborate more, man. Me and you was talking about it behind the scenes before we got this episode started. Yeah, we gotta collaborate more, man. Us independent dudes is very important to the culture, man. Not to turn it into anything race baity or anything like that, but we brothers, man. The opportunities are far in between. So us independent guys on this hunt together, like it just does everyone well when we cross pollinate in different fan bases and different followings and whatnot. But you know, bring me on your platform. I'll bring you back on during the season. Let's keep this collaboration going, my guy.
Nah, for sure, man. I hit you later on tonight. We can schedule something.
All right, man. Bet that up. I appreciate you, my dude.
All right, for sure. Too much love, for sure.
Love. That's what it is, man. Philip Dukes the Scoop. One of the illest out here doing it, man. I appreciate that brother for pulling up with us. Y'all already heard what it is, man. You get outside the fan base and you start talking about Lagway, you see what the respect is, man. Like, our rivals gonna do what they do. My man Johnny Lagoon, whatever his name is, he just polluting the chat. This guy's spam. I'm trying not to like block him, bro. I like everybody that show up in support, bro. But you really spamming. Like, relax, bro. It's okay. It's okay for, us to talk about other programs that are not Miami, bro. You should be out trying to figure out why your receivers can't separate. And what y'all gonna do, with that offense. It's gonna be a lot of 3 yards in the cloud of dust going on today, but we'll talk about that a little later, man. Y'all smash that retweet button. We almost at 1,300 live. This is Logo Talk. You see the scrolling at the bottom, brought to you by the great folks, powered by the great folks at Alma Mater Design. Go visit them folks, the website, in person, right across the street from Publix off of University in Gainesville. Fire gear, fire merch. Spence is in the chamber. My dog left. Let me check up on the comments, man. I ain't missed no questions. Carson Brett, let's talk about it a little bit, man. I think you got Carson Beck bringing out the belt on Florida for the 3rd year in a row. Yeah, Carson Beck ain't bringing. He's not bringing Kirby Smart in Transformers. Matter of fact, we got Carson Beck's favorite receiver. His name's Aaron Gates. Had that boy in the headlock last year. We're gonna repeat that, bruh. Y'all not confident about no Aaron Gates. I mean, about no Carson Beck in real life. Sounds good on social media, but you're only gonna be as good as them wide receivers, my boy. If they can't separate, then you in trouble. I don't even think your secondary fixed. Hey, Tyson, I appreciate that repost. I do not think Miami secondary's fixed. I think your secondary's mid, and I think your receivers mid. They're both struggling in camp because they're having a mid-off. Nobody can't get opening. Nobody ain't really shutting nobody down. It's just a whole bunch of mid going on, I think, in Miami's camp. Y'all gonna be good at offensive line all the time. I don't even think your running backs are special. I think they good. I don't think there's anybody on Miami offense that scare me. Not one person on Miami offense scare me. JoJo Trader has the potential to be scary, but he's hurt again. He's in the boot. I'm never gonna laugh at a kid that's injured. That's corny. Everybody that does that, y'all can have that corny shit. I ain't on those vibes. But the only player that had the potential of scaring me is JoJo Trader. And he's out right now with an ankle sprain. Spence, what it do? Hey, Spence, you got some of them clips from the other day, bro? We can run those, man, when we got time. Like, why not? You can throw them on the screen. Yeah, the ones we got in the DMs. We dealing with some from our camp as well. Trey Wilson missed practice today. Not sure exactly what the injury was. He was seen at practice, so he doesn't have on any boots. No boot gate going on right now. But he did miss practice today. Trying to think who else. CJ Daniels, 561 in the building. I always got to put that on the screen. Shout out to my 561 brethren for pulling up, man, on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Hit like, comment, but make sure you definitely subscribe on YouTube, man. We'll appreciate that love. CJ Daniels. CJ Daniels is the freshmen are playing better than CJ Daniels. I told y'all when y'all took CJ Daniels in the transfer portal that it ain't what y'all think it is. That Liberty guy is just not that guy. It worked at Liberty. He went to LSU. It didn't really cook at LSU. He tried to join the DJ Lagway, extravaganza, and we was just like, nah. We just, we don't want our freshmen to beat you out too, my boy. If you're trying to go pro, you might want to go to Miami. because they wide receiver room is mid. Nobody's gonna beat you out like that. But if you come to Florida, there's too many killers around here. We might bury you on this depth chart, bro. So go on, slide down south, and may the force be with you, my dude. But CJ Daniels at Liberty, it just looked good at Liberty. That's about it. Cormani McClain, Devin Moore, Dijon Johnson, they putting hands, feet, shackles. Like both hands and his feet shackled up. If y'all got all that transfer portal mid locking y'all receivers up, good luck, my boy. There's no way y'all wouldn't have found a bunch of elite talent out of the transfer portal. There's not a whole lot of elite talent. Your whole secondary is damn, especially your corners, are from the transfer portal. If they locking down your whole receiver room, the best receivers that they saying are cooking are the freshmen. Now we got some fire freshmen. Your freshmen not like ours, but we got some fire freshmen too. But they ain't the best receivers on the team right now. There's a difference. All right, enough Miami talk. Yeah, KD Daniels also is like I've been on the KD Daniels bandwagon for a minute now. Love what I saw out of him towards the end of the season. He made some very explosive plays, even in errors. When there was fumble snaps, he pick it up, scoop it, go to the crib. But just hearing a lot of things, just weight room wise, speed wise, like he's a guy that can go score from anywhere. I think he's the fastest guy in the running back room. And then Billy kind of spoke about it yesterday at the presser. They're trying to find that 3-man rotation at running back. And right now, my man Webb's out with a ruptured hamstring. I don't think he's going to be out long, but you got to be out of the tub to make the club, man. And the more Webb is away from the game, this is going to give opportunities for that running back 3 job to go to KD Daniels, who I had penciled in to be one of those guys that, becomes a thing that people don't know. Like, I think he's been sitting behind some killers with Jaden Ball and Jacoby Jackson. He's sitting behind 2 killers, but he's a killer himself. And with the opportunities, when he get touches, he's going to make it known for sure. Y'all smash that retweet button, man. Hit like, hit subscribe on everything. It don't cost nothing to show love. This is Logo Talk. Put something on the screen. Why not? Like I think this is a Tennessee clip you got right there, Spence. Throw it on the screen, man. Like I like to just laugh at my ops a little bit. These boys, Tennessee, bro. I don't know if you saw this on social media, but they looking so terrible, in camp, the quarterbacks, that they're blurring out the quarterbacks. Hit play, Spence. Oh, this is a still shot. Yeah. This was an interception thrown by Tennessee's quarterback. Oh, that's the clip. No, that's just the clip. Yeah, these receivers don't want to be out there, bro. Like, I don't know if you can enlarge that, Spence. Make it a little bigger. Pause. But these receivers that Tennessee got in camp, bro, like if you see they dropping the ball and it's like, yeah, whatever. 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 Y'all, you sent my quarterback. My quarterback's at UCLA. Y'all got this terrible quarterback throwing to me. I think Tennessee's gonna have a good defense, though. Like, just to keep it a bean. But that offense, bro, I think it's gonna be proven that Nico was right. A lot of people think that Nico lost in that deal until the games get played. Let the games get played. And Nico's out there too with the other Sincere. We'll see how that plays out for him, but I think Tennessee lost in that deal. Who we got next? Spence? Enough of Tennessee in a unserious receiver position, bruh. Oh yeah, put Florida State wide receivers on the big screen on the jumbotron. Like, why not? Why not? Look at this, man. This is great camp work.
Hello, Mr. George. How much you pay for the new guy? $20? No, too much money.
Too much money.
No good operator.
Oh,
hello,
shit.
Mr. George. How much you pay for the new guy? $20? No, too much money.
All right, Spence. All right. Yeah, no, that was hilarious, man. Yeah, Florida State. I talked with my guys today in the space. We was in the space, and they hearing good things in camp. But I'm gonna find the negative. That's what I'm gonna do. Y'all, my ops. I'm gonna find the negative things to say about all the teams I gotta face this fall. And Florida State, from hitting the sled to those receiver drills, like y'all a media team. And the people that cover Florida State, they don't really love y'all like that. Y'all media team is the ops. Y'all might need to check their credentials, like find out where they went to school at, because they may be Gator grads, they may be Hurricane grads, because the way they put y'all content out is unrighteous. That Hello Mr. George had me weak, my boy. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. that shit had me weak. All right, man. Here's a good instruction video if you want to, like, if you coaching Pop Warner football and you want to show kids how not to hit the sled. This is a perfect video. Run it, Spence. Oh man, this is so beautiful. He looks at the pad like violated him. You can't whiff on. I'm sorry, you can't whiff on the sled, bruh. And if you do whiff on the sled, why is the media team putting this out on the World Wide Web for people like me to troll y'all? I try to retire from trolling, but then y'all start having this type of stuff going on in camp, and I have no choice. I have no choice. I wasn't gonna troll Miami over the weekend, but then they threw a slumber party, bro. I wasn't even gonna say nothing to them people. I was about to mind my business and go on about my day and enjoy life, but they decided to have a slumber party. Now I got to take time out of my schedule to drop bars and to piss people off, bro. What else we got, Spence? That's it? That's all we got? We ain't gonna hang out too long, man. Want to hang out with my guy Philip and provide y'all with some game, man. What's going on in Florida camp? But I mean, scrimmage is coming up soon. Injury free is what I want, man. Just to get injury free, to make it all the way to fall camp, game 1, injury free. I know there's a lot of competition going on around the football field, but we got to get these guys healthy to game 1 and to the season. Attrition is the real war in college football, bro. You're battling your own depth chart, and you also got to play the football games. I think LJ McCray got dinged up today. No real details, but I heard he got dinged up at practice. Don't think it's anything serious, but all these guys are gonna get MRIs and whatnot. But one brick at a time, dog. The quarterback 2 position is what I'm monitoring. That battle. QB1 is figured out. QB2, I need Tramel Jones to climb that depth chart and be QB2, just to keep some continuity with the offense, to keep things flowing. I mean, whoever wins the job wins the job. I mean, the best man wins the job. But me, as a top view, looking down on the program from an eagle's eye view, I think it would do everybody in the program, justice if Tramel was to win that quarterback 2 spot. Hopefully we don't get to see quarterback 2 unless it's in mop-up duty. But, I haven't heard the greatest things about Harrison Bailey. I'm not saying it's bad, but I haven't heard. It's just pedestrian from what I'm hearing. And I think for this offense to be explosive, you need legs at the quarterback spot. You need to be able to hold somebody accountable as far as the edge rushers, linebackers. We need people to be able to respect, other threats around the football field. So let it all play out. But I think right now that's the biggest battle for me is QB2. There's not a whole lot of other battles. I know we're monitoring Dijon and Cremoni, but whoever wins that, like, they're just going to rotate in and out. Both of those guys are going to get starter-like reps, so I'm not really concerned about that. Linebacker room, you got 4 starters at linebacker, bro. Between Pup, Graham, Jaden Robinson, and Aaron Childs, you have 4 starters, bro. Straight up. I don't care which 2 they put out there first. Miles Graham just gave me some crazy plays towards the end of the season. That interception versus Tulane was absolutely nuts. So I'm not concerned about linebacker whatsoever. Any other position battles that I could think of right now? I don't think we really have any. I think the receivers are kind of locked in. It's just all about performance, and I think some of these scrimmages that may change, but that position is fluid. I don't think there's a whole lot of battles you got to be concerned about. Backup safety, the freshman, Drake Stubbs, Lagonza Hayward. I want to see some of them boys cross-train, like the Sharif Densons of the world and the Aaron Gates. They're great at the slot position. If I get my 5 best DBs, because Sharif and Aaron Gates can't be on the field at the same time because they play the same position, but both of those guys are really good. So instead of us going from upperclassmen with Bryce Thornton and Jordan Castell, and then that drop off being possibly 2 freshmen, I think they should, and I think they are doing it. Cross training the star positions at safety. But other than that, bro, it's just, one brick at a time. Lagway back out there throwing missiles. The ops don't have nothing else to talk about right now. I heard that Trey Wilson is he missed practice today, but I'm hearing it's not anything serious. Wasn't in a boot or anything like that. Was seen at practice in a black jersey, but he's just cooling. That boy looked super explosive. I was talking about it on Stadium Miguel last night, bruh. And I think I talked about it on the last logo talk. He just got a gear that you just can't coach. He got that second gear. Give me some clips from us practicing today, Spence. How about that, bro? Let's just gush over our team, pause. Oh, yeah, this is how you hit the sled. So if you got a pop on the team, you show them how not to hit the sled with Florida State, and then you... Yeah.
Everybody can't fucking.
Y'all heard all that cussing in the background? That's what coaching sounds like. They hitting the sled good and getting cussed out. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I like. A couple years ago, Caleb Banks wasn't hitting the sled right, and then Chapman had to tighten him up. Caleb Banks went out and had a hell of a season. That's not a couple years. That was last year. Caleb Banks went out and had a hell of a season, man. Sometimes you just got to coach him up, bro. But that's how you do hit the sled. Give me some highlights from today, man. My man Lagway was out there just dropping dimes, bro. Muiz is one that I do like as well. The freshman out of Texas, the receiver. I know we're high on the 3 that showed up for spring, but my man Muiz showed up every bit of 6'3", 6'4", in and out his breaks, super smooth. It was good to see him on some of the clips today from camp, man. Spencer's giving me the DB stuff. People want the receiver stuff, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Carmani looking long and lean, man. Strong. Don't sweat it, bro. I don't know. I think I'm trying to think who page I could tell you to go to get some wide receiver clips, but you good, bro. Lagway looked great out there throwing dimes and dropping them out, through the sunroof to these receivers, bro. I think the first pass he was seen throwing to was the J Mike, and then you seen some Dallas Wilson clicks, but my guy's out here, bro, making throws. They said his shoulder was falling off the bone. I don't think his his calf is 100% right now, but it'll be there by game 1. Not concerned about the calf. It wasn't serious. When we said it wasn't serious, you're going to find it here first, either here on Logo Talk, or you can catch us on the Spaces when we dropping gems and kicking it on there. When we incline to Miami and Florida State, we usually, dropping some gems about the Florida football program. But we said it from the go that it wasn't a serious injury with his calf, even though some people seen him in the boot. Just relax. And then I like that Billy said also in the presser, because they was asked about, him being back around the team and throwing. And Billy said throwing in front of you guys. Like, he's been throwing for us. He's been throwing this whole offseason. So the people that think he's just been having his arm on ice all offseason and putting icy hot on it, doing cold tubs. No, he's actually been working. Chemistry is being worked on. It's not just going to be fall camp. Like, spring football isn't when football isn't the only offseason football. Maybe for like guys that didn't actually play this game, but spring football isn't the only offseason football. Spring football is just to organize with the coaches. After that, the players work amongst themselves with the trainers, with the strength and conditioning coach, etc. And they build chemistry throughout the offseason, even leading up to camp, whatever. We got a guy, bro. Shout out to my guy, Philip Dukes, for pulling up. He gave me some Lagway gems. Everybody around the country high on this kid. We're going to see how it all plays out. Like he said, it was big dogs in the Atlanta area that flipped their recruitment to come play with Lag. It's a Lag era. One brick at a time. I'm going to pull back up on y'all. I might pull back up this weekend. If we got a scrimmage this weekend, I may do a episode, go live. I got the DVD episode, Coach DeMarcus Van Dyke, former King out there at USF. I'm dropping that episode on Thursday. We recorded it Saturday. Who else you know tapping in with the coaches like that? Who you know can go grab these coaches while they in camp, sit down and talk with them? The J1 Silence, the DVDs, your favorite content creators, can they go do that as well, man? They said your boy was down, dead, and dying in this industry. Bro, I'm out here killing it. Straight up. I'm going to give myself flowers if nobody else do. You feel me? Pop up out of the casket like Undertaker. You heard? I got Louis Oliver on deck, a Belgrade legend, going down to Miami. I'm going to film with Louis Oliver down there. If you know Club, just Google my guy, Louis Oliver, Louis. You might get some Gator, stuff in that Google, but you all also going to see that he's one of the top businessmen doing it. $400 million man, straight up, from the small town, the small mighty town, the small gritty town of Belgrade, Florida, man. I'm going to tap in with that dude, man. Former Dolphin, former Gator. We're going to kick it. I'm going to keep bringing you this content. Top 25 show, me, myself, Stephen Harris, Spencer's going to be producing it. We're going to get that rolling. The first few episodes is going to be fire. We got some dope guests lining up, but the guests could go from anywhere, bro. Like, we're going to be talking top 25, so it's going to be easy for us to find writers, former players from other programs that are not in this big three. We got to broaden our horizons a little bit, man. God is the greatest. I appreciate y'all for pulling up and hanging out with us. This is Logo Talk. I got to get off of here. It's 10:20. It's cheek grabbing hours. Hey, Johnny Lagoon, go grab you some cheeks, my boy. You've been on here all night. Oh, I appreciate them. Never mind, Johnny. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate the love. You was giving me a hard time, but you gave me some love on the side of the interview. I appreciate you, my boy. Your side is a legend in multiple ways. You got to give these boys flowers while they still alive. DVD is a legend, too. These guys go from playing this game at a high level in college, going pro. Now they're coaching. DVD is going to be one of the top DB coaches in the country, bro. Give it about 5-6 years. You know what I'm saying? Let the recipe marinate in the pot a little bit, bro. But I think he got something cooking out there at USF. He'll get bigger jobs, bigger opportunities. I think he'll be in the pros soon. His son a killer, too. Shout out to DVD Jr. Hey, I'm up out of here, man. It's Logo Talk. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with us, man. It's been real. Make sure y'all pull up Thursday. Like I said, pull up Thursday. I'm going to drop the episode on YouTube and on Twitter. I'm going to get Spotify and all that back rolling, but, I ain't in no rush, bro. I just dropping fire content and we kicking it. Everything else will make sense in a little bit, man. But for now, it's been real. It's the lag era. We Bible thumping at the quarterback position. We righteous and save that quarterback, man. All I need is some eye black with a Bible scripture, and we running down. Y'all meet me at Club 11. After we run down on Miami, y'all meet me at Club 11. I don't do all the wild. I ain't doing, I don't know where we're really popping, but I don't really do all the hood clubs, bro. I'm going to keep it a bean. I'm going to be in the corporate areas, righteously standing on tables and having a good time. So, Scarlett's, Club 11. You know what I'm saying? Y'all meet me there after we run down. We can't stand on their furniture at Hard Rock because they don't own none of that stuff. And I don't want to disrespect the Dolphins. Them people rent. And we got to have class. They ain't have no class when they came to Gainesville, but us Gator fans, we got class, bro. So we're not going to stand on the Dolphins furniture. So y'all meet me at Club 11. We'll stand on their furniture, celebrate, pop ballers. It's going to be an amazing time, bro. You're going to want to be there. Make sure y'all come to this game. We're actually going to throw a tailgate as well. I'm going to throw a tailgate with the Murky Water guys. Tap in with me. It's the Logo Talk. We up out of here. Bro, quit talking about Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen quit on himself. You the only Dan Mullen fan. You should go cheer for UNLV, bro. Go out to Vegas, man. I can't, bro. What are you talking about? Hey, BR. Go find yourself a receiver, my boy. You have to find some receivers. We got something for Sid ass. I'm out. Bless up.